spirited and ready to sharpen
Take
your
on
edge of integrity.
the world. Sharpen my edge of integrity. Now, so integrity, it's like choosing integrity or choosing to be in integrity. What has to happen to choose to be in integrity is you have to be present to what you're saying. Now think about this. A lot of people say things and they're not present to what they say. So it's just like speak it out into the air and nobody's going to hold me accountable so nobody knows. And let me tell you, as a leader, at any level of leadership, everybody's watching you. And if everybody's watching you, my gosh, everybody's judging you at the same time. So you have to be your word. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. If you say you're going to be someplace, you got to be there. If you say you're going to be the question instead of the answer, you got to not be the answer. Start being the question.
Clay, we have someone who's holding you to your word here. If I can interrupt you here, we have a Kathy on the line, and
Kathy doesn't know me.
And she has
does Kathy know me? Oh God.
She has a question for you about something you have said before.
Oh no.
Well, hi Clay.
Hello, Kathy.
I don't know how
this
well.
This is very scary, Kathy. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know how well I actually know you, but I've been listening to your show for some time.
Yeah.
And I've heard you say before that the word try, or using the word try, is a great place to get nothing done.
Yeah.
And I agree, and I've really taken that on and done my best to take that word out of my vocabulary.
How cool.
Which really makes me aware of when other people use it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this conversation around integrity and in context to the word try, and thinking that I think people use try because they don't want to give their word because they're afraid they're not going to be able to keep their word.
Absolutely.
So how do you shift someone who uses try, or uses a try mentality, if I may call it that, and help them shift from an I'm going to do it mentality without making them feel like they've done something wrong?
Wow, way cool. And by the way, stay on the phone after the show. I'm going to offer you a job, okay?
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. So now, try, a great place for, that's acceptable in the world to get nothing done. Now, if you took the word try out of your language or out of a sentence, you'd have two things. You either would get something done, or you'd have to say, I didn't get something done. If you take the word try out, it either gets done or it doesn't get done. If it gets done, you put it over into the completion pile. If it doesn't get done, you put it over into I've got to get it done, or I'm not going to do it anymore. Okay? So that's the try word. Now, the rest of your question is how do we get people to take the word try out of their language? How do we get people to be their word and have them not feel made wrong?
That's correct.
Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's called teaching from first person. That means you always want to teach about integrity from an example in your life, not making someone wrong about their lack of integrity in their life currently in front of people, okay? Mm-hmm. So what you want to say to them is, I got to tell you, I can remember a time when I said I was going to do something, and I didn't do it, and I just thought that was just perfectly okay. But what it caused was this giant landslide of problems. And I don't want that to happen to you. So would you allow me to help you, or would you allow me to hold you accountable for you being your word on this sequence of events so we can get it done?
Got it.
Got it?
Uh-huh.
So it's all about dealing with human beings from the human side, not from being sure that they're not going to do it, but being sure that, if something can get in the way, it will. Can you get that?
So actually even addressing the what if it doesn't get done before it even almost doesn't get done.
Yeah, it's like what are you going to do if blah, 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 blah happens? You can't get it done. Where are you going to go? Who are you going to call? Who are you going to ask for help from? Because you want to plan for upsets. You want to plan for people trying to stop you. You want to plan from circumstances, getting in the way. I mean, it's like you have the cake for the party, but you're in a traffic jam. It's going to be 5 hours long. What do we do?
Mm-hmm. So it's really about addressing maybe the fear that they have over the commitment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about, with human beings, it's all about folks being able to feel like they're going to look good. They're not going to look bad. Mm-hmm. And the way you do that is just you support them in the breakdown.
Okay. Very
Got
cool.
it?
Yep. Great.
Honey, it's no different. I mean, I hope you don't. Honey didn't mean any disrespect, but I hope you understand. It's all about supporting people like you support kids. Adults are no different than kids in their fear of being found out they don't know anything. They're just older. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, good.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. Now,
Clay, I'll start something new here. We'll get some audio quotes. I thought this one was appropriate for Kathy, so here we go.
Okay.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
So there you go.
Cool.
There you go. I thought that was kind of cool.
What did it say?
That's Yoda. From,
Yoda.
from
Star Wars.
Actually, I think it's Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so he said, try not, do.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? I can't remember.
Yeah, try not, do or do not, there is no try.
Yeah, do or do
thing.
not, there is no try.
Clay, Kathy also mentioned about the importance of teaching integrity to young children. Did you have any suggestions on that before we move ahead?
Yeah, it's all about, human beings are never too young to learn the power of being one's word, all right? And it's all about, you said you were going to clean up your room. Is it cleaned up? You said you were going to brush your teeth. Have you brushed them? You said that you were going to pick up the living room. Have you done that? You said you were going to clean up after the dog in the backyard. Have you done that? And if they say no, then you say to them, well, when are you going to get it done? Not like you're a bad person for not having done it yet, but, you told me you were going to do it, and I expect you to get it done. Would you please go out and do it now? And, the young kids, you can't really go with, hey, you're out of integrity, and use that language on them, because they look at you like, wow, is that a pizza? So you want to teach, integrity by being it, not necessarily having the language for it, okay? Only adults can use the word integrity, because you say the word integrity to people and they go back 25 years and they can bring up every place they were ever out of integrity, because it haunts people. It's all about that same conversation I said. I said, look, when you're looking in the mirror, what do you think about? How great you are, how cute you are? No, you think about what's not working. It's an 80-20 life. 80% of your life is working just great, 20% isn't. Where does your head spend all its time? In the 20% that isn't working, or the 20% that you're out of integrity. I should have. I wish I had have. Like I did. I went this last few days and I spoke to 2 organizations and spoke to 1,000 people or so. And I really made a difference with a lot of folks. I couldn't even get out of the speaking room because everybody wanted to talk. But on the plane ride home, all I can think about is what I didn't say and wanted to say. I can only think about, the mistakes I made, or, what I wanted to do but didn't get done.
Or did I do it right?
Or did I do it right? Or could I have done it better? Or, oh my gosh, I'm too old for this. Or my knees hurt. Or God knows what.
I know I didn't make a difference for this one person that was sitting in the back of the room, but
who needed to hear this specific thing I forgot.
I know, but you made a difference for.
Were you sitting someplace on that plane? Why, that's exactly what I was doing. That's cool. So what do you got?
Well, let's see.
Were you on the plane? Tell the truth.
I was a fly on the wall. No. The famous writer Napoleon Hill says, the best job goes to the person who can get it done without passing the buck or coming back with excuses.
Yeah. The good old excuses part. But if, it's like Kathy said, it was Kathy, wasn't it?
It was Kathy.
If you can take the word try out of your language, and if you really can, you either get it done or you don't get it done. And it's not about being anything other than committed to get it done. And if you say you're going to get it done, you're out of integrity. How do you get your integrity back? You say, I'm out of integrity. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Now here's what I'm going to do about it. So move over. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. And the human mind is a phenomenal place to get all tied up, beating yourself up for being out of integrity. But guess what? You know where out of integrity lives? In the past. And there is no past eraser. You can't erase it and turn it around. All you can do is forgive it, recommit to it, and get her done.
Here's another perfect one.
Okay.
Martin Luther King Jr. The time is always right to do what is right.
Right on. That's exactly right on. Okay, we've got to take another break. What happened to that 10 minutes?
I know, man.
Boom.
It speeds by here.
Gosh, okay. So we got to take another break. We're going to come back for the conclusion of the show, which is going to be outrageous because that's my integrity and I promise it. So this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and Susan. Give me a call at 564-1290 or streaming 866-564-1290 or email Clay at mediasb.com. Get on back here for an outrageous conclusion to how to be integral in your life.